Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick update for Bitcoin here in this afternoon. Wonderful Friday afternoon. Take a look at this slight pullback that we're seeing here. It's not magnificent, not super strong, but we're due to potentially hit this 64.5 or 65K range just as I think a worst case scenario. Considering how well we ranged at this 63,000 range, there's a solid amount of support below the price right now, so I wouldn't be super concerned with the price pulling back, but know that some altcoins are kind of retracing with Bitcoin. We don't see a massive sell-off in the market just yet though, so this is really good news. This is really nice too, especially considering going into a weekend. I feel like we're probably still going to see some green this weekend. Bitcoin dominance may come down, alts might start to continue to surge because a lot of them are due to pull back to their more recent supports, but those are just local resistances. So it's really, really good. Anyways, we're here for Bitcoin, of course, but just kind of letting you know what the state of the market is. Let's take a quick look at some back-end data here as well and kind of get perspective on what's going on. Before we do, I want to say a quick thank you to my community. We got some solid profit targets here. Took some nice profit, 61% on NOT, NOT one day ago, or sorry, that was 24-hour trade. Then we also had VeChain, Polkadot, Filecoin, MNT, ICP, Near Protocol, Cardano, the list kind of goes on. Again, I'm saying congrats on that mainly because you need to understand the market is still bullish, and if you're trying to short, you're going to find a lot less opportunity. So those are all longs to give you perspective. We've been long for the last week to 2 weeks, okay? So good stuff there. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin and see what's going on. Left-hand side here, we can see the last 7 days of liquidation, and majority of the upper liquidation levels have been swept. We got some more late shorts at 66.5, currently in profit, but we got a lot of longs still down this low 62K range. So that doesn't mean the price is going to go there. Just know there's more, you can see a lot more longs essentially in the market than shorts as far as that's concerned, and that does imply that the price may need to pull back a little bit to kind of satisfy that requirement. And what I mean by that is just the bid-ask spread, it's too high right now, and there's a lot more longs versus shorts, so that can adjust things a little bit. Okay, it just implies there's more more volatility, so to speak, to come. Having said that though, when we look at 68 to 70,000, we can see still a significant amount of liquidation that's coming in at specific levels here. So 69 even, 69.5, and 69.3. Okay, so those are a long ways away. For the most part, right? At least it would be safe to say we shouldn't see that right away. But know that there's more liquidation to the upside than the downside in the overall sentiment here from a macro perspective. So still more incentive for the price to go higher. And we do take a look here as well. We can kind of see with our liquidation levels, there is a solid amount of liquidation here to the downside. So let's quickly just understand here that 65.2 and 65 even are some fairly heavy concentrations of liquidation on the downside. So again, that kind of reaffirms that if we come back to the 64.5 or the 65K range, we'll probably see a bounce or a pivot off that level, because those are the heaviest amounts of liquidation. And once more, again, we can see the delta here for liquidation. Longs are very, very present. We got 8 billion in longs versus shorts, which is obviously pales in comparison. So that's kind of where we're at there on that one thing. And then just really quick to note too, I like this Data Explorer. It's kind of lets us know that we have a pretty solid amount of coins in profit here in the last 24 hours, the best in which is currently Shiba. Okay, so SHIB, Streak, Axel, WorldCoin, PeopleCoin, a lot of altcoins are surging here, and you got to keep in mind when coins like that do tend to surge, that's usually like the last leg up before the price pulls back for Bitcoin. So again, I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to drop or dump terribly. I just think that 65 to 64.5 seems realistic at this point. I do not want you to close this video and be like, I'm going to short Bitcoin to the ground, right? Don't do that. That's very foolhardy. There's not a lot of reasons to do that. Right now, everything is truly bullish. Let's quickly look at the macro, just give you perspective here. Again, I touched on this earlier today, but just helpful reminder. Our 0.618 fib level is at 64.5, and our 0.65 is at pretty much 65K or 65.3, roughly where we're at right now. So we're right at that support range. The longer we spend in this range right now, the better, because altcoins will continue to surge and Bitcoin will just continue to go sideways, and we'll build another foundation of volume before we leg up again. Okay, and again, we could very well be starting a new bullish rectangle that we just saw break out here. Okay, so again, as you can see, we had some pretty solid range-bound activity that broke out to the upside because it derived from the downside. All right, anyways, just kind of throwing some stuff out there if you might have missed some of my videos here recently. Easy way to understand the daily is it's fully bullish, right? We are starting to see a stochastic divergence. I don't put a lot of weight into this because we're still in a macro trend, an uptrend. But again, that is kind of letting us know that we might be hitting our tentative top. But nothing else is really telling us that. So I'm not super concerned. The thing that's great about this though is we're finally over the 200-day SMA. That's roughly at about 63.8. So round number 64,000, we got another confirming factor. If you look here, a lot of reasons why this should be the new bottom, because that $64,000 mark was a difficult one to cross. It took a full week's worth of consolidation to get through it. The likelihood of it going below that level is fairly low unless there's a fundamental catalyst. 4-hour time frame, we can see the same thing here as well. Stochastic's telling us it wants to come down. Of course, most 4-hour daily time frames are on the overextended side, so a cooling period would be nice. We can see though, money flow index is higher than the RSI, always a good sign. Same thing here with MACD, losing momentum, big surprise, but our trend strength indicator's pretty strong. So good stuff there. Ichimoku Cloud is probably going to give us some confirming factors here soon that we might want to close our window of buying, which we're seeing within the next 6 hours. If Bitcoin doesn't leg up soon, then you may want to consider securing profits on your long. Okay, I still think you should consider securing profits right now anyways, just to be on the safe side. Why take a swing trade into the weekend when you're already significantly in profit? It's crazy to me how greedy people get. So just, again, adjust your profit, your stop loss higher, ensure you secure profits at some point, because while Bitcoin is showing a lot of strength and probably going to continue higher, it goes without saying there's probably going to be a dip first before that happens. And if you get liquidated on in a trade that you're in profit on, shame on you. It really shouldn't be happening. Okay. First of all, you're probably using too high a leverage, which we use no more than 5x leverage on altcoins. By the way, all this profit here that you've seen, these are altcoins that are effectively only 5x leverage. Okay. I do 10x leverage Bitcoin. It's a different story altogether, just because I feel comfortable in how I set up my trades with it. Okay, so again, my percentages offset that difference there. Either way, last thing to note here is with our TPO here, we can see our time price opportunity with it. We're right there at the current amount of volume. So the most amount of volume is being bought right now at 65.7. And that basically just tells us that the bulls are still in control, but if we close below that, a little bit further downside would make sense. At least, again, that's generally what that's supposed to tell us. Either way, thanks so much again for watching. I hope you learned something today. If you do, comment below, like the video. Like the video all the time. It really just helps grow the channel. Gets us in front of more people who deserve a fighting chance to be better traders instead of just watching and listening to these other idiots online that act like they know what they're talking about, but they got sunglasses on and techno music. Come on, who are you gonna trust? All right, thanks again, folks. We'll look forward to seeing you next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.